Good question. Probably where I was, I'm in quite a stressful job. Got myself into a bit of a routine where it was takeaways, it was eating out all the time, it was driving, so I wasn't really exercising, and just feeling a little bit down on a few things, feeling okay at work, but in terms of personal life, that wasn't meeting the same expectations of where I was in my work life. It wasn't very nice. It was affecting my confidence at work, and in personal life I didn't want to do things because of the way I felt and the way I looked. So it wasn't a nice place to be in. Everything. Anything that was out there that looked good, whether it was a Facebook ad or, hearing about something, a new fad. I tried it all, never stuck to it. So for me, it was more to do with the accountability. I felt as though, you have one bad day, as they say, and then that sort of just leads on to a bad week, a bad month, a bad year. One size doesn't fit all. So I think for me, that's probably why I gave up, because I wasn't seeing the results. I was suffering more than anything and wasn't happy doing it. So I always gave up. I just wasn't happy. It was everything. It was confidence. It was my mood. It was my well-being. It's never fun being overweight and hating the way you look. It's something that really does affect people, and it was something that really affected me. I wasn't one of those people that was in a really dark place about it, but I just wasn't happy. It was just, wasn't comfortable with who I was. The concerns were more to do with me, because I probably refer to myself as someone who has a very limited attention span. I get bored very easily, I can switch off so easily, and I was worried that was going to happen here. Yeah, I was definitely worried about if I was actually going to see it through or not, stick at it. I connected with Mike on LinkedIn. I'd been looking around at a few things anyway, because I was sort of searching to see what was out there, and he reached out and basically gave our employees to try like a workout, a body workout, and I tried it and honestly nearly died. And at that point, that's when I was like, right, Mike, let's have a conversation. I had a little bit of time to digest and think about what I was getting myself in for. And I think it gave me some time to think about what I wanted to do and what my goals were. I actually reached out to a couple of Mike's previous clients and had conversations with them. And that was really helpful for me. It was only a week and a half, but it's a scary step going from having that initial conversation and agreement to kicking off the program. But I have a call with Mike every Monday at 8 o'clock in the morning before I start work. And, the conversation for me, I think what was quite nice is that was as much as the structure was, in the sense of we had the same call at the same time each week, but how that conversation was going to go and how that week's call was going to go was very much led by me. So at the beginning of the program, I was very much focused on my own mental well-being. I wasn't really talking too much about exercise or weight loss or things like that. It was much more about how I was living my everyday life, and it's been absolutely perfect for me. If Mike had just come to me and said, this is what we're doing, I wouldn't have been interested. I quite like the fact that the program was fluid, because that's what my life is like on a day-to-day basis. I needed something that complemented my personal and my working life, and I think this program and this structure did that. It's led by you. And I think that is the most important thing. It's silly to say that, yep, this is going to work for you because it worked for another person. What you do on a day-to-day basis, what you're like as a person, so like your personality traits, everything affects who you are. And you feel like you're making those changes and you're putting these goals in place and you're not being told what to do. There isn't anything I didn't like about it. I think even when you do some of your work, Mike was really understanding that when it comes to homework, even when I was doing my university degrees, I'm not somebody that's interested in homework, but actually what he did and the way he got me to do it was all personalised for me. And I don't think there is anything that I didn't like, because it feels like it was made for me. It was like a program that's mine, it's bespoke, I'm owning it. So I don't think there was anything. For me, what I liked most is that I didn't feel like there was any pressure. Just the fact there was no pressure was the absolute best thing for me. I've got enough of it in other aspects of my life. I didn't want it here, and I definitely didn't have that. I think how understanding he is. I think he is somebody that is so good at connecting with people, and you know what he does is he makes you think about things. He doesn't preach. He doesn't tell you what's right. He doesn't tell you what's wrong. He asks you to think about things, and I think he's just so caring in that aspect. All he cares about is people. It's all about you being the best version of you, and that for me is just, that's what you want in a coach. Feels awesome. I think it's an amazing achievement, because I was one of those people that I could always lose 3 pounds and I'd get to a certain weight and then I just could never get past it. And I'm way past that weight now, which is amazing. So I'm still going to be on that journey after the program ends. But I know that I've got those tools in place now. I feel excited about what the future holds. And, you know, hopefully my next goal will be to run a 5K. I feel extremely confident about that. You don't go through the 12 weeks to not make any changes. And I think that even going forward, when I'm not having my Monday course with Mike, I don't see any reason whatsoever or any barrier as to why I won't be able to continue with that, because I've broken the habits I wanted to break and I've formed the ones I've wanted to form. So, yeah. No, never felt like I was on a diet at any point. We didn't really look at my diet for the first few weeks because we were very much more focused on my mental well-being and things like that. So all the way through, I haven't given up wine, I've not given up gin, I've not given up takeaways, and I've still managed to lose the weight I have on this program. It's all about learning moderation, and having your flexible eating is probably one of the most important lessons I've learned, is that you can't be too strict and you can't be too regimented with it. It's different because I want to go out, and that sounds really weird, but even when I was in the office for the first time yesterday in so many months, I still got home and I went for a run. Whereas before, when I was in the office, it was always the excuse of, oh, well, I'm tired, I'll just go home and I'll have a glass of wine. Whereas now it's, you know, I'm looking forward to finishing work and I'm looking forward to going for a run. And I've never said that before in my life, you know, putting runs over wine. I think anybody would tell you that that's different. I'd just say go for it. I think if you're ready, if you're committed and you know that you want to make a change but you just don't know how, he is the person you need to speak to. Well, there's two things for me. It's definitely one, not having any pressure. Yet you have targets and you have goals and you have aims, but if you didn't reach them one week, it's not the end of the world. You know, it was always very much next week is a new week, tomorrow is a new day. And I was always given tools to help me achieve the goal that perhaps I didn't the week before. I think that was one of the most important things for me. And then I also think the second one is that it's tailored to you. You can't just buy these things off the shelf. They have to be for you. And that's the thing. It's led by you, but you just have such a supportive person that's there and is basically, you know, is your cheerleader. I probably would say that I've got my confidence back. Just in life in general, I feel so happy with things. I feel like I'm still on this journey. I'm still going to be on this journey. And I'm so grateful that he's been there, you know, in my corner, helping me along the way and just really giving me the tools. He's given me so much that I'll take away with me and that I'll probably use for the rest of my life. So I do. It's always weird saying that, but I definitely feel proud of myself for what I've achieved, and I'm proud of myself for sticking to it.